Hey everyone. Hey. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about Kim Zolciak and this rejection that she's facing. Now, Kim Zolciak right now is currently filming in Columbia MTV's Surreal Life, but she was gunning for a spot back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta amid all of the problems with her family, including one of her daughter's DUI arrests. Now, that's also another situation. Nothing like Shannon Bedore's, but now she's fighting this, and we're going to explain exactly what's going on. So, before we jump in, do all the YouTube things, smash that like button, show some love, and let's get to it.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, you guys, you remember her daughter, Ariana Bierman. Ariana, it's always a name for me that I'm just like, oh, listen, you can say it either way. But Reality Blurb ended up sharing this, so did Radar Online and so many other outlets. But Kim Zolciak's daughter, Ariana, wants evidence that she claims was collected illegally during her August 2022 DUI arrest in Georgia tossed from the case against her. Now, as she demands the evidence be banned from the trial, Kim has reportedly failed to nab a role on the upcoming 16th season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, as her and her husband continue their efforts to sell their $3 million Georgia home, telling a judge, is what he said, that they are financially destitute. So, if you guys don't know, and this is the one thing that I don't necessarily understand when it comes to couples who split, like Randall did this to Lala Kent, and then Kenya Moore's ex Mark tried to do this to her. When the couple split, they're like, you know what? We don't want our kid on reality TV. But then when they're together, they're like, yes, collect the paycheck. You want to sit there and you want to put the kids out there. You want to exploit them. You want to put them on TV. Maybe opportunities could come. All of the things, go for it. By all means, put them on TV. But Croy was like, I don't want her to try to put herself on the Real Housewives of Atlanta with our kids and try to sacrifice their mental health, mental well-being in order to collect a paycheck on the show to maintain relevancy. Well, we heard way back when, Love B. Scott was the one who shared this, that they were either doing a complete cast overhaul or a cast shakeup. We didn't know what that meant. At first, they were saying that nobody was coming back, but now that Candy Burris and her Candy and the Gang show has been renewed, I'm guessing Candy, She by Sheree, Marlo Hampton, and I'm pretty sure Kenya Moore are all a shoe-in for the next season. And I think what they're going to do is add new blood in there. I don't think that they're going to bring Kim Zolciak back. And if Bravo is smart, sure, would a lot of people be interested in what's going on in her life based off of everything that's happened with the divorce and losing everything and potentially being single again? Yeah, and they might still be having talks at the round table at NBC about this. However, a lot of the stuff, like listening to the 911 phone calls and everything, it just becomes so toxic that I don't think that a lot of fans would want to see the toxicity. Fans didn't want to see Lisa Rinna trying to tear apart Kathy Hilton and her relationship with Kyle Richards. They got really upset by this. So, what do you think they're going to think watching Kim Zolciak go on and trash the father of her children? She's going to blame everything on him. She's going to say that, he should have stepped up as a man. He should have worked. When really, I'm on Team Croy for this one. He had a contract worth millions of dollars with the Atlanta Falcons. And when he did, he ended up marrying Kim. They had babies. They were on Don't Be Tardy, which also brought in millions more of dollars. And they spent all of it. It's not just on Kim, but Kim allegedly had a gambling issue. It's like you're sitting back and you're watching somebody, no pun intended, but get drunk and then get behind the wheel of a car. Like, what, you are complicit in this, is what it seems. But wait, let's keep going. According to court documents obtained by TMZ on September 18th, Croy is requesting a judge keep Kim from delaying the potential sale of their mansion, explaining that they need to unload the property quickly and move into their own places for the sake of the kids. Croy explained that the toxicity enveloping the marital home is extremely detrimental to the mental and emotional well-being of their children. He also said his and Kim's debt is mounting with multiple lawsuits and a lien placed on their home, which was prompted by the $1.1 million in back taxes that they owed the IRS. The parties to this action are financially destitute, largely related to Kim's reckless spending habits and love for online gambling. Although the house is their last true asset, the property is currently in pre-foreclosure with the possible sell date of November 7th. As for Kim's potential return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, sources close to the show told TMZ that she is not in the running, nor is she in touch with producers. Instead, executives are planning to recast the show with a new group of women for the upcoming season. I want to chime in really quick right here. If they recast the show like they did Roni and throw everybody out and they don't bring back any of the OGs because that saves them a lot of money, that's going to be such a bad judgment call. Really, it's going to be a terrible judgment call. They should not completely recast the show just because it's like you start paying these ladies more and more and more and more and giving them bonus after bonus after bonus, but then the ratings start going down. Well, if the ratings are going down, then go renegotiate the contracts and be like, yeah, girl, you made $1 million last year, but this year, due to the ratings last year, if you still want your job on the show, we're paying you 700,000. And if they have an ego, then let them go. Then be like, sorry, this is a business. That's how a business works. But to just sit there and be like, we can bring in a new cast of 7 to 8 women. We can totally cut the budgets. We can pay each one of them about 60,000 to 100,000 a piece. And boom, we have a show where we were going to pay Candy a lot more than that for an entire brand new cast. I get that, but the fans do not want a whole new cast. I'm telling you guys that after watching Roni, it doesn't make sense. And if you think it makes sense, then I'm just curious what show we're watching here. But Kim and Kroy's messy divorce continues. Court documents obtained by Radar Online on September 20th have detailed Ariana's efforts to have certain evidence kept from her DUI trial. As fans will recall, Ariana was pulled over last summer after hitting another vehicle. And while she denied drinking alcohol at the time when she was just 20 years old, she admitted to smoking a THC vape pen the previous night. Still, the responding officers claimed to smell alcohol on her breath and clothing, and she exhibited a noticeable sway during a field sobriety test. The officers also hit Ariana with 3 charges, including misdemeanor DUI, misdemeanor improper or erratic lane change, and underage alcohol or possession or purchase of alcohol. But in her court documents, Ariana said that at the time of the arrest, sufficient facts did not exist to support even an articulable suspicion that the defendant was under the influence of alcohol or drugs, or that any other criminal activity was underfoot. She also denied committing a traffic violation beforehand. The detention was an unlawful, warrantless seizure not supported by probable cause or articulable suspicion, violating her rights under the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. She suggested, demanding the court exclude the evidence that was illegally obtained. Amongst the evidence that she wants thrown out is the field sobriety test, because she says the officer who conducted it was not properly trained, and the chemical test because the machine on which she was to be tested was not being operated with all its electronic and operating components as prescribed by its manufacturer, properly attached and in good working order. A judge has yet to rule on this, but to me, this just sounds like she's doing everything she can because she made, allegedly, she messed up. I mean, do we have to play this roundabout game? Sure, we can. But it sounds like she messed up and she's looking for a loophole and she's trying to get this thrown out, which if you can get it thrown out, I get it, girl. Many people would try. But it sounds like you messed up. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Are you happy that Kim will not be returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Or did you want to see her in this train wreck all unfold on the next season? Go ahead and comment below. Let us know, and we'll see you next time. Love you guys.